You remember the big 90s R&B names, the ones that still get played at weddings, cookouts, and grown folks' parties like they never left. But what about the artists who had real hits, songs that lived on late night radio, on mixtapes, on bedroom speakers? Then suddenly, poof, the industry moved on, new trends took over, and their names got left behind like a B-side you forgot you loved. We're counting down 10 forgotten 90s R&B soul artists who made undeniable music, then faded from the spotlight in a way that still doesn't feel fair. The first time you hear "Here We Go Again," it doesn't politely walk into the room, it kicks the door open. That beat is 90s, new jack energy, sharp drums, samples flipping, and vocals that sound like four dudes arguing with their girlfriend in harmony. And what makes it hit is the emotion. It's not some perfect love song. It's that real relationship loop when you keep breaking up, making up, and somehow ending up right back in the same fight. The vibe is upbeat, but the story is messy. And that's why it feels true. It's dance floor frustration. It's "I'm tired, but don't leave." Facts-wise, Portrait dropped this on Capitol, and it became their biggest moment, cracking the Hot 100 and climbing high on the R&B chart. This is one of those songs where the pain sits right in the pocket. The moment it starts, you already know what time it is. This isn't "we'll figure it out." This is "please don't leave, because if you leave, I might not survive it." Jade didn't sing like they were auditioning. They sang like the situation was happening right now. The mood is classic early 90s R&B. Serious drums, tight swing, smooth but urgent harmonies. It's emotional, but still polished, like heartbreak with lip gloss on. Facts and context. Don't Walk Away was released through Giant Records, written and produced by Vassal Benford III and Ronald Spearman, and it hit big, top 5 on the Hot 100 and top 2 on the R&B chart. This one is a whole era in one record. You hear that sample, that groove, that bad boy shine, and it's like you can smell the mid-90s. Hennessy in the air, big coats, shiny videos, and R&B standing right next to hip-hop like family. Total had that perfect blend, sweet vocals, but street edges. They could sound delicate and dangerous in the same verse. The vibe is hip-hop soul at its best. R&B harmonies floating on top of a beat that still knocks. And that Biggie presence, it made the song feel like an event. Facts. Can't You See was produced by Sean Puffy Combs, released in 1995, and it reached the top 15 on the Hot 100 and top 3 on the R&B hip-hop chart. Let's be honest, Candy Rain never really left the culture. But the group, the way they should be remembered, that part got quiet, because this song was bigger than a moment. It was a whole feeling. That melody is soft like a warm blanket. The harmonies are stacked like they're trying to build you a safe place. And the lead vocal has that youthful sweetness that makes the heartbreak feel innocent. The vibe is pure slow jam perfection. Oh, oh. Romantic, clean, and dreamy. It's the kind of song you play when you want love to be simple again. Okay, this one had the radio in a chokehold. The first seconds feel like you just walked into a grown conversation you weren't supposed to hear. Stroke You Up is confident, smooth, sexy, and just bold enough to make you look around like, can I play this with company in the room? The vibe is classic 90s slow jam energy with an edge, clean production, heavy mood, and vocals that don't beg, they tell. Facts. The song was written and produced by R. Kelly with uncredited vocals from him too, released on Big Beat Atlantic, and it peaked top 3 on the Hot 100 and top 2 on the R&B chart. This is one of those tracks that feels like a secret handshake. If you know it, you know it. I Like is playful, but still smooth. It's got that mid-90s R&B bounce, light on its feet, but still grown. The vibe is warm and flirty, not too serious, not too silly. It's the kind of song that plays in the background while somebody is getting ready to go out and feeling good about themselves. Facts. Cook Close released I Like through Elektra, and it became their biggest Hot 100 hit, peaking in the top 40. Plus, it climbed high on the R&B hip-hop chart. And their album Surrender was largely guided by Keith Sweat, who helped shape their sound. This is grown folks R&B with serious vocals. The first time you hear If You Love Me, you don't just hear a song. You hear 3 women singing like rent is due. The vibe is emotional and classy. New Jack roots, but with a soulful edge. It's the kind of record that makes you sit still because somebody is telling the truth in harmony. Facts. If You Love Me was released on MJJ Music and Epic, produced by Dave Jam Hall, written by Gordon Chambers, Nickel Gilbert, and Dave Hall, and it went top 10 pop while hitting Jekyll 2 on the R&B chart. It was even nominated for a Grammy. That I feel you've taken my love for. This record is a time machine. It sounds like after-school feelings, teen dreams, old heartbreak, first love, first disappointment, all wrapped in one smooth ballad. When you know love is all I need, I don't want that. The vocals feel soft, but the emotions are heavy, and it's the kind of song that makes you stare at the ceiling and replay conversations you can't redo. Facts. Get It Together was written and produced by Donald Jones. 'Cause I don't wanna lose you. Oh, no. Released in 1997, and it peaked at number 10 on the Hot 100 and number 3 on the R&B chart. It also became certified gold and sold big numbers for the time. If you want one song that feels like 90s, cool, without trying too hard, it's Tell Me. The beat is laid back, but it walks with confidence. And Amul Lario's voice, it's not loud, it's magnetic. The vibe is airy, jazzy, hip-hop adjacent, and smooth like a night drive, with the windows cracked just enough to feel the breeze. Wanna know the deal. You are wondering Facts. Tell Me was produced by Bryce Wilson, released on Epic, and it became a major hit, peaking top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. Now this is the definition of how did they have a hit this big, then fade out of the mainstream conversation, because Get Gone wasn't a small record. It was on the radio. So get your bags and get the hell on. It was on TV, it was in the streets, it was in the school hallways, it was in the cars with big speakers in the trunk. The vibe is that late 90s R&B pivot, still smooth but more direct. The hook is sticky, the rhythm is clean, and the message is simple. If you don't want me, don't waste my time. Because love ain't here no more. Facts. Get Gone was released in 1999 on Virgin Records, written by John Tah Austin, with Brian Michael Cox and Kevin Hicks, and produced by Cox and Hicks. It peaked at number 13 on the Hot 100 and number 2 on the Hot R&B hip hop chart, and it was certified gold.